Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Play Action Podcast presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm Brandon Smith, joined today by my great co-host, TJ Hodge.
We've officially entered the single digits.
9 days.
9 days until the NFL draft. We're in it. We're truly in it. I'm so excited. So, to kind of prepare for the day itself, I've found an Instagram post by one of my favorite Instagram accounts called Bold Takes Scouting. Go follow them if you don't. They ton of good information on the draft and all that as well.
Hashtag ad question mark? I wish.
I really wish. I love this account so much. But no, they on the 17th of April, this is this past Sunday, they came out with a ton of different draft rumors that have been going around the rumor mill as they do the draft. Exactly. So we'll have that pulled up. We're going to go through them, give our thoughts. There are a ton of rumors here.
Again?
The account is called Bold Takes Scouting.
Okay.
Of course, he doesn't even know the account, saying that he likes them as well. Of course.
There it is.
Not. But no, we got a bunch of rumors here. We're just going to go through, give our quick thoughts on, and yeah, just kind of prepare for, the big day, April 28th.
So I do want to also say this. Next week, where I think Thursday we'll come out with our final mock draft.
Yep, sometime right before the draft.
But we're gonna get screwed, aren't we, with a trade? Like right after we're done filming.
See that's usually how it goes. We're gonna predict. Obviously, we won't predict trades, but then a trade happens and something crazy happens. But I want to just say mock draft predictions go off of a player going to a team. It doesn't matter where they go. Like what pick. But if the player goes to the team, you get it right. That's how it works. That's how everyone knows it works.
I don't know. Should we do trades next week?
No.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I remember last year I got Fields to the Bears right, but I didn't have us trading up with the Giants. I was trading up with the Panthers.
Exactly. So that's different. Like you would have gotten that right because the Bears got Fields. Exactly. So that's our point. It's like you got that pick correct, pretty much.
How many did you have last year?
I got 14.
14 in the first round?
Yes, sir. And that is.
I think we ain't doing that this year.
No way. But that was one of my most impressive mocks, I think.
Yeah.
Considering out of all the draft analysts, Charles Davis had the most with 14 as well that year.
Did he? Okay.
So I was really happy about myself for that one. But yeah, let's just jump right into these draft rumors, right? I think we're going to start kind of with the basics, if you want to say, for this draft, and that's just the top edges and the rumors going on there. And we'll source all these rumors as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're coming from this account, but this account has them sourced. So we got a couple about Jacksonville at number 1 overall. We got Lance Zierlein of NFL Network saying that Trayvon Walker is going there, number 1. We also have Daniel Jeremiah saying that the Jags are still between Hutch and Walker. And then on top of that, U Stadium says that there are multiple people who believe Jacksonville will take either Walker or Ike Ekwonu.
On top of that,
Albert Breer says the Jacksonville will probably take the safe option, Hutchinson.
So, in other words, no one knows a damn thing.
Whose source is going to be wrong? We went over a few of these yesterday, and these were the ones we kind of
laugh if U Stadium got it right.
Right, like you think U Stadium is going to be the one to get it wrong? They're the one.
I was in a Twitter space with them last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta join one of those.
I did. I was in there last night, and Jordan Schultz was in there. So I asked him a couple questions, and then I did one a few weeks, like when free agency started. I was in one with U Stadium, Jordan Schultz, and then Benjamin Albright.
That's cool.
So I asked them a bunch of stuff, and they all said they don't know a damn thing about what the Bears are doing.
No,
which it seems like nobody does.
Well, I mean, without a first-round pick, people don't really care as much, honestly.
Another thing, it's harder to build like sources with teams who have like new regimes and stuff. Like you haven't heard that much about the Giants.
I haven't heard that much about the Giants, the Bears. I mean, Jacksonville isn't really a whole new thing, but we don't know what the coaching staff,
especially the GM. Like it's more so if there's a new GM.
Yeah, no, I completely like Vegas is another one.
Well, they don't have any draft picks.
Again, going back to my point that you don't have a first, they don't care as much.
Yeah, do they even have they don't have a second though?
Well, no, because they got Adams.
Fourth.
They have a third.
That trade was still a fleece.
Oh, of course. But I think the common factor here is that Walker is still on the table for number one
Yeah,
overall. And it sounds like probably Hutch is the other. And I'm not like we knew this. It was gonna be
I still
Hutch.
think it should be Hutch.
I don't care. I don't at this point. I don't care who it is. I like Walker more.
I hope it's
Both picks
Hutch.
are great.
I
Both
hope
picks
it's
are great.
Hutch.
But it probably would. It sounds like it's gonna be Hutch or Walker. I don't know why U Stadium mentioned Icky. I don't think that's right at all. I don't know why they'd go offensive tackle when they need an edge way more.
Sounds like Icky or Evan Neal's even falling a little bit, which is causing Icky's stock to kind of rise as the consensus number one tackle.
Yeah, but again, at number one overall,
No.
No, not at all.
Not worth it to me when you have Aiden Hutchinson.
It's my point. When you have an edge that's a much
Like
bigger need.
and the thing is he's gonna be good. Like he's gonna be good.
I mean, yeah, you'll know right away that he's going to be a solid contributor to a defense.
Yeah.
But basically, from all these sources or rumors, it sounds like it's going to be Walker or Hutchinson, which we kind of expected.
I want to talk. Can we? Do you want to alternate ones that we like?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And U Stadium's reporting it. SNY is reporting it, which is Sports New York, and then Connor Hughes of The Athletic, he's a great follow on Twitter for the Jets. I try on Twitter. I try and follow a lot of beat reporters.
Well, of course, I do too.
For across the whole league.
Yep.
A couple from each team. I follow the entire Bears beat, of course.
Well, yeah.
But I follow I try and follow a couple from every team. But so it's more so sounding like they're gonna go Thibodeau if he's there, and it sounds like he's gonna be there. Because it's also kind of sounding like the Texans are going to go offensive tackle, probably Icky, which is interesting to me but I also kind of like it because that would kind of give you a lot of versatile pieces on the offensive line with Titus Howard. Larry Tunsil's going to be the left tackle. We all kind of understand that. But if you get Evan Neal, you can move Titus Howard into inside.
Which is, I think either way they're going to do that, as they should.
But even Icky at left guard would be fascinating.
Yeah, but I can see it.
So here's the interesting one to me. Well, I think it's going to be Thibodeau to the Jets. That's my gut feeling, and that's what I think is going to happen. It sounds like they're still going to take an edge at 4, even if it's 1, 2, if the top 3 picks are edge rushers, which it would be in some order: Hutch, Walker, and Thibodeau. They would end up probably taking Jermaine Johnson, which I know you.
Like it. I know you hate it a lot because you see him as a late first.
I have a late first round grade on him.
I've got an early mid first on him. I still think that's a little early. Again, the very earliest I could see him going is the Giants at 7, and even then I don't know if they're gonna want to reach that high on him. In their eyes, they consider that big of a reach. But I couldn't just. I love Jermaine Johnson. I couldn't justify him going 4th overall. I don't think.
I don't think he's worth it. To me, I wouldn't take any of the edge rushers at 4th overall. I don't think, except for the top 3 edge rushers. I would even Carl Aftis, who's my edge 4. I have a mid first. I would say more in the 10 to 12, 15 range maybe. But I don't think he's worth 4th overall. I will say one guy I do think is worth 4th overall. That's Garrett Wilson.
And that actually brings us into what I was just about to bring up with the Jets, and that's there are rumors, or not rumors. It's kind of a general consensus between NFL teams that Garrett Wilson, his floor of getting drafted is 11.
Yep.
Commanders. And there's a lot of people saying that Stingley won't make it out of the top 10, and he'll get drafted within the top 10.
I don't know if I believe that. I think.
But I just want to ask. I asked you earlier, but I want to get I want you to say it on here, obviously. If they pick a Forrest KT and both Wilson and Stingley are at 10, who do they go with?
The Jets at 10.
Jets at 10. They take KT, so the edge rusher is not an option here. I
think you take Wilson there. Me personally, and I haven't seen this take a lot, but I've seen it a couple times, and I agree with it. It's my take that I'm going to ride with. It's that Garrett Wilson, to me, he's my highest rated player in the whole draft.
That's crazy to me.
But I truly think he's elite, and he's when you look at him, you see the fact that he has the low or the high floor, right? You understand he's probably at least going to be a solid player at the very least. But if he reaches his full potential and hits his ceiling, you got one of the best receivers in football. You got a Odell Beckham, Justin Jefferson type caliber player, and I think that's so tough to pass up on when the league is so reliant on pass catchers and throwing the football down the field. Garrett Wilson, he has the elite body control. He's got the elite hands. He's got great speed. He's got really crisp, sharp route running. He's got great body control. There's not a weakness in his game to me.
It's crazy because I agree, but in this draft class, I feel like, and this isn't a bad thing at all, but I don't know if he's really the best at anything. I feel like there's at least one guy, and I just find that crazy to me that he's like the jack of all trades. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what excites me. Like
I agree.
He might not be the best at everything, but he's really damn good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that against Wilson. I just find it crazy that you cannot that there's a receiver that isn't the best at anything in this draft class yet is still the best.
I think
receiver.
He's probably the best route runner.
I would consider giving that to Olave if I'm being honest. I kind of like Olave's route running a little more. Hands, he probably has the second best hands in this class to probably George Pickens. Pickens is insane. Same with his body control. Pickens' body control is insane as well.
Dude, I think Pickens is really...
Pickens would be a receiver 3 if he wasn't injured.
Yeah, probably. He might...
I'd put him above Williams.
No, he would at least be 3. Yeah. He might be 2.
Well, I mean, there is no... To be fair, there isn't... He doesn't have much production in college, ever. Like, he put up back-to-back 700-yard seasons and then was injured this past year. So that's not a lot to look at. I mean, not having a 1,000-yard receiving season is kind of worrisome. Not worrisome, but, like, it's not a good look, that he's not getting a ton of production throughout college. But he's still, like, he can be really good. He can be amazing.
I want to talk about the Vikings a little bit.
Thank you, because I was just about to mention that.
So,
I think it's
there's a couple reports here. One about Trent McDuffie from Tony Pauline of Pro Football Network. The Vikings' goal is to trade down and select Trent McDuffie. I don't hate that idea, but I almost like, for both sides here, I love the idea of them trading up to 6 with Carolina. Carolina needs to move down if their goal is to take a quarterback, because there's not a quarterback worth taking here at 6.
And there's probably no team that'll take a quarterback ahead of him, unless there's a trade.
Atlanta might.
I don't think
Atlanta
won't take a quarterback. No, Atlanta
not in the first, because there's still gonna be a lot of the quarterbacks.
They have 2 second-round picks and an early third.
And if they want to, they could use that as ammo to move back up into the first round
if they really want to.
If Ritter's still there. But
I've got some extra to add on to this rumor. And I listened to I don't know if you know the Lockdown podcast.
No.
It's basically just it's a podcast that goes through football, right? And within them, there's podcasts for each team. There are people that run Lockdown Steelers podcast, for example, which is what I'm about to bring up. And they go through all the sources. They're basically beat reporters. They're insiders for each team. And there's a lot of talk about Pittsburgh having a trade package set up with Minnesota if there's a guy they want. And I'm thinking if Minnesota wants to trade down, I think McDuffie could probably be there at 20. And
what if the Steelers want to take him, though?
Pittsburgh would trade up for either Hamilton or Stingley. I'm not saying they're guaranteed to trade up. I'm saying if there's a guy they want.
What if they trade up for, I don't know.
We wouldn't know, because Willis is going to be gone by then.
Will he?
He's going to go to Carolina.
I don't know. That's kind of. I almost buy the Pickett thing. I really do. And it's crazy, but I really do buy the Pickett thing.
Plus, I don't see Pittsburgh drafting a quarterback.
I do. They've put in so much. They've been too much work, I think.
Too many other needs. Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'm not saying they should.
No, Pittsburgh shouldn't take a quarterback. The only reason they would is so Kevin Colbert can leave leave the team by drafting their franchise quarterback, and his legacy continues on. Well, with the hope that Willis is going to be great. So it's I think the only reason they take a quarterback is for Colbert's ego. If I'm being completely honest, and I love Colbert. Colbert knows what he's doing, but like, you got to understand that we need secondary help more than anything. We can still use help on the offensive line.
Maybe another receiver.
A slot receiver is very important. We could use a backup running back for crying out loud. We have no one who could be consistent behind Najee. We could use another.
We don't even know if Najee can be consistent.
Oh, be quiet. Okay, dude. Top 10 running back, whatever. But we have all these other positions of need to where trading up or taking a quarterback, let alone trading up, is worth it. But I think if we trade up, because think about it. I can bring you an example of this. 2003. I know that's a while ago. Mm-hmm. Everyone thought Pittsburgh was going to take a quarterback because we had Tommy Maddox as our quarterback. He wasn't good. Everyone thought we were going to take a quarterback. We drafted Palomalu. Next year, we drafted Big Ben. I think the same thing can happen here, and I know that sounds like a stretch.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying safety specific. I'm not saying we're going to get Kyle Hamilton, but I'm saying that we're going to draft somebody that people don't expect potentially, and then we wait till next year's class to get our quarterback.
Throwing
that out there.
I can see that. It's just so tough for me to see Pittsburgh not taking a quarterback because, like I said, just of how much effort they put into scouting these guys and how much Tomlin loves Malik Willis. If Malik Willis falls past 6, then the Steelers, he will be going to the Steelers. I guarantee it.
Well, how high do you? Because you can't expect Pittsburgh to trade up high. We're a very traditional team who doesn't do that often. Last time we traded up.
What if they don't view Malik Willis as a traditional player?
That's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Pittsburgh runs their team.
Yeah, that's what I understand. I understand it. But what if they see him as a guy that's worth trading up for?
That's very rare that happened. Last time we traded up a lot, we traded up from 20 to 10 to take Devin Bush, and that has not turned out well. I love Devin Bush, but he has not been the 10th overall pick type of player. So I think that can scare him away. Like how we were talking about, for example, Houston won't take KT at 3 because they're worried about a Clowney redo.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same thing. I think Pittsburgh's too scared about trading away that much capital to get a player who doesn't pan out well, especially at that big of or that important of a position. If we give him 2 years and we go through the 2023 draft class, which is probably going to have, honestly, I think at least 6 first-round quarterbacks next year.
Who are you thinking? Okay, so obviously we know Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis.
Will Levis, Grayson McCall. He's going to be good. He's going to be good.
My
hot take, Malik Cunningham's going to be a first-round pick, too.
I could see it.
I love Malik Cunningham. The dude's insane.
I don't know about Grayson McCall. I'm sorry.
Keaton Slovis could potentially be one. I'm just throwing out other names that could potentially.
Yeah.
He had a great, 2 years, 2020? He had a great 2020 year with USC. 2021 sucked. Now he's with Pitt. Just saying. And they have, what's his name?
Tyler Van Dyke.
No. Sorry, I'm thinking of the receiver.
Oh, Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison, that's it.
I thought you were talking about another quarterback.
No. Jordan Addison. That dude's a stud. That guy alone can make Slovis look good. But there are a ton of good, you look at this quarterback class from 2023, there's a lot of potential right now, at least sitting right now. And I think Pittsburgh could see that and be like, you know what, we're going to wait a year. We're going to build our team through this draft positions of need, push in the next year. I think they trade up and take Stingley. I can.
Is that your official prediction?
I mean, it's going to be him or Hamilton. I'm going to say that. It's one of those two. If we trade up, it's going to be one of those two.
What do we think of the Jameson Williams stuff?
The fact that people are saying he's going to go top 10.
But there's also people saying it's a smokescreen.
Hey, I was about to say that. I don't know. I don't see him.
I don't like it.
I don't. What? You don't like that him as a top 10 pick?
Yeah.
Oh, because I agree. Because I mean, the injury is too much.
The injury scares me, and here's what I don't understand. He wasn't getting this hype during the season, right? Why all of a sudden is he getting so much hype? It doesn't make sense to me. Why is he getting this receiver one hype? He was looked at as maybe like the 4th receiver in the draft, and he's still my 4th receiver.
He's probably he bounces back between 3rd and 4th between him and Burks. So
yeah, he's my 4th right now because I still have obviously Wilson, I have London, I have Burks still at 3. But I think Williams is good. I think he's worth a first round pick, but the injury is a little too much for me to take him top 10, and I just don't. No, I just don't like it.
He's a receiver who might come from. He reminds me a lot of Justin Jefferson, right? A guy who is a great vertical threat. He can do a lot of things after the catch, and
Well, he reminds me. Yeah.
he relies a lot on his explosiveness.
Mm-hmm. You know who
He just
reminds
tore
me
his
of?
ACL.
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't know if that explosiveness is coming back.
He reminds me of Deshaun Jackson, more so.
Huh. He can do a lot more than Deshaun Jackson could. Jackson was purely a deep threat. Williams can do a lot more.
I get it, but Justin Jefferson doesn't have he's fast, but he doesn't have that kind of speed. James Williams is
Williams is
fast.
okay. Then Williams is a fast. Justin, I'm talking about play style. Play style, they play exactly alike. I see. He's going to be used the same way in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Justin Jefferson, where he doesn't beat you with speed, he still beats you with his route running. I think maybe Williams is a little bit different than that, where his route running. I'm not saying his route running is bad. He's got great routes, but he can beat you with speed as well. So
I want to talk about. I want to ask you this: who do you think is going to be the late round quarterback that gets taken? Do you think it'll be Ritter?
It has to be.
You think it'll be Ritter, not Corral?
No. There are even rumors. I'm assuming you're seeing this rumor if you're on the same one as me, but Jim Nagy, senior bowl director, says that Howell is likely to go round 1. No.
I don't see it.
I see him round 2 to Atlanta. If Atlanta really wants a quarterback round 2,
free my boy. Request a trade already.
Okay.
No, but then there's also this report.
I was about to read that. You go right.
Howell's unlikely to go round 1, but some teams like him out enough to punt on a QB need in round 1 and take him on day 2. So Atlanta gets some Garrett Wilson, and then
Atlanta goes and gets either Garrett Wilson or Drake London, and then drafts someone to throw for him to get the ball from. I worded that so poorly.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my God, someone to throw the ball to him, being Howell. That's what I meant to say.
Uh-huh.
But no, there's no. I can only see 2 quarterbacks going round 1 in this draft, and I'm not saying 2 specific guys. I just see only 2 quarterbacks going. Whoever, Malik Willis, and then either Pickett or Ritter.
I think it'll end up being 3. I really do.
Who else? Do you think Detroit takes one at 32?
I think Ritter goes in the first.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know if Pickett goes in the first.
I think Pickett will.
Pickett's my QB3 right now.
I wouldn't. I hate to say it, but
Ritter above him.
I wouldn't even be surprised if. I'm sorry, it's going to break her, but I wouldn't even be surprised if Pittsburgh takes him if he's there at 20. I really wouldn't.
Pickett?
Yeah.
It won't happen. Again, Pittsburgh, I see, like you just...
I'm going to come back to this on draft night, and I'm going to make,
No.
that one edit, I don't even know what it is, but, with the video credits at the end of it, a tape that aged so bad. Yeah. I'm going to come back to this.
They won't take... Dude, if we take Pickett, I'd actually be so sad. Normally I'm allowed to, I have the privilege of being able to believe in my team often, unlike Bears fans recently, which sucks. I get it. It's you guys have a new regime now, so I think you guys will be solid.
It's been overhated. I don't understand it.
What, right? This one, the regime you have now?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know how. They've had 2 months, 2-3 months.
People are literally saying Fields should request a trade because of how bad of a job they're doing. So
they haven't done much to bring in receivers. I think that's their point. I think that's really all they're upset about. It's oh my God. The offensive line isn't even that bad right now.
No,
it's better.
They need another starter, and they'll draft one.
Probably need another 5 starters, but outside of that, you're probably fine.
The offensive line's fine.
No, it's not bad.
We need another. We need. You know what we do need? I will say. I'll talk about the Bears a little bit. Second round, and I actually do want to bring this up because we're on the topic of offensive line, second round grade.
No, don't say it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
That's so dumb.
I don't agree with it.
Me neither.
Tony Pauline says every team he spoke to has an early second round grade on Tyler Linderbaum. Dude, that's perfect. It's so perfect. We need to, oh wait.
What's perfect? That he has a second round grade?
For us.
For Chicago.
No, that would not be perfect.
I was like, what are you talking about?
No, that would not be perfect for us.
Okay, I can't see a world where Cincinnati doesn't take them at 31. I just can't see it. But I also, now that I mentioned that
other report.
Now that I mentioned that, I want to say that defensive line and for some reason defensive line and
they do need another.
No, they don't.
They need another
defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they lost Ogunjobi. He might come back.
B.J. Hill was solid.
Yeah, but they do need a second one.
No, they don't. DJ Reader.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. What do you?
I totally forgot he existed.
They're saying okay. So Paul, I can't pronounce his last name. Paul Daner, I think is how you say it.
Okay.
Of The Athletic. You can look and see if I'm pronouncing it. I probably am not. But he said that defensive line and corner are most likely at play for the Bengals at 31, saying that Logan Hall is a real option. Why would you do that? Just why would
Logan Hall bad?
No, you know what?
He's not even bad.
No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Do it. Do it, Cincinnati, please. Don't draft such a great player, Logan Hall, please. Are we gonna have back-to-back years where a Houston edge rusher gets reached on in the first?
I didn't think it was a reach last year.
It was. Payne Turner for New Orleans was totally a reach.
I didn't think so. I liked him.
He could be good because he was injured. Wasn't he injured last year? So I'm not going to discredit the pick yet. But that was a reach at the time. I think that was clearly a reach. Not as bad as Leatherwood. But
Leatherwood was a reach.
I mean, Leatherwood I loved. So.
Dude, everyone was so surprised. Everyone was.
That was the first time I gasped during that draft.
Who did you think was going to be taken there?
I don't know. Probably Tevin Jenkins.
I thought it was going to be Tevin Jenkins.
No. I thought it was going to be Darisaw because Darisaw was still available.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
It was going to be one of the two.
It was going to be one of the two. And I blew my mind that they.
God bless the Raiders, man.
Oh man. Oh my God. Don't worry, they got rid of all those guys now. They're fine. They might draft decent this year with their third round pick.
They're gonna get Lynn Bowden again.
Again. Wendell Robinson.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
They're gonna take De'Aaron King with their third round pick.
I'm okay with that. You know what? I'll say that's good value. I'll genuinely say it.
No.
All right. You know what? Now that I want to bring up. There's a couple more rumors I want to talk about.
Linebackers?
That afterwards.
Okay.
But that is where I was about to go. I want to mention Devontae Wyatt in his fall.
I saw this. I haven't really.
I haven't dived deep into it.
It's Walter Football. I'm sorry.
Well,
we're never gonna get a sponsorship from Walter Football. That Walter Football's trash.
I mean, I use them to look like I use Walter Football quite often if I'm looking up position rankings for the draft, so I know where not to put guys usually. So that usually helps. But there were a few domestic violence issues in February of 2020 with him. I'm not gonna come out here and say he did nothing wrong because I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But
it's unfair to speculate. But
exactly.
That's a long time ago.
He's like I think that. I'm not
gonna be careful here.
Yeah, no, I don't want. I'm not gonna go into details or anything about what's gonna happen or what should happen and stuff like that. But he's basically falling off a lot of teams' boards. There are some teams that I think it was either an NFL scout or executive that said he's probably going to go in between 20 and 32, but that team specifically had them off their board because of these issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense because, domestic violence issues have...
He's a Steeler.
Okay, shut up. Shut up.
How would you feel about that?
I mean, I think if he... I think that's probably early. I mean, that's obviously an issue to look at, of course. But I think if he had maybe the interview, it all depends on maybe the interviews. I think the interviews is really what's going to settle it. I bet you he's probably an early second round pick is going to be my guess. I think he's play it as a
that's
player.
a guy. That's a guy I see us taking. I totally can see that.
I mean, to be fair, as a player, that's a really good pick. That's a great pick in the second.
Yeah, I think it kind of dude, our D line is actually atrocious.
But I don't want to get too much into that. I don't want to. That's not
a lawyer.
Not my place to talk. But I want to gloat a little bit here because there are now rumors talking about Christian Harris slipping into the first. I've been saying that for months. Don't even say otherwise. Come on. Yeah, don't make that stupid little face like I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but it's stupid.
No, it isn't. He is the third best linebacker in this class.
No, but this is stupid. Nakobe Dean unlikely to
That
go round
is
one.
stupid.
This is stupid.
I agree with that.
He should not. Well, Christian Harris should not go ahead of Nakobe Dean. Point blank period. Nakobe Dean.
But you cannot say it like that because there are team fits, stuff like that. The type
They're
of
playing the
linebacker.
same scheme.
Dude, no. I think I see Harris as more versatile as Nakobe Dean. Plus, teams probably have issues with Nakobe Dean's size as he's a little smaller for a linebacker, which I don't see as a big issue. Some teams might.
They need to flip on Roquan Smith tape. Realize he's a beast.
Dude, we saw teams and people in general freaking out because Kenny Pickett's hands were small. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
I think if because even Roquan he's a little smaller. He's not huge or anything. I view them as very similar players. I know it's cliche. They both went to Georgia. They both won the Buckets Award. But I see them as very similar players. I think they can play the same role. Both can play the mic. Although I don't know where Roquan's going to play in the new system. But I do think Nakobe Dean.
Roquan's going to probably just play Mike.
I think so. But Aberflus said he doesn't know yet.
That's actually kind of interesting. Maybe you think they use him the same way as Darius Leonard? I don't see it.
That's what they're.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know if I would like that or not. But that was what they were talking about. But Nakobe Dean is probably a top 15 to 20 player in the draft for me. I think he's really good.
I know you're a big fan of him. I'm not as high on him. He's my linebacker too. It's close. It's
not Lloyd one.
Yeah, it's really close. I really. After saying Nakobe Dean's a top 15 player, I thought you would have had Lloyd higher.
I don't. What I meant by that is I don't have him like super high at all. Like I have like a pretty late first on him.
Okay, so you still have a first round grade on him.
Very late.
Still first. All right, but that's still first. I mean, I'll take it. But I mean, Lloyd's big. He's athletic.
He's athletic, but ran bad at the combine.
I don't care. You and me.
Combine stuff gets overblown.
Exactly. That's why I'm not worried about it anymore. If it continues on into like a pro day, then maybe there's a little more to be concerned about. Which is why Kyle Hamilton's falling, but I still think. I think Nakobe Dean's still worth first round. I also think Christian Harris is still worth a first round pick. So
yeah. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to see how this all goes. But with the linebackers, it's interesting. I do like Christian Harris. He's my linebacker 3 or 4. I haven't decided yet. But
who would you have ahead of him?
Chenal.
What? Who? Wait, what? I didn't hear you.
Chenal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love Chenal. I think he's a beast.
I got it. That's fair. But I think that's gonna do it. I mean, that's really.
We can get into one more, maybe.
What else do you got? What else do you find? I'm looking. I don't find anything too.
I want to talk about the tight ends, just very quick.
I'm actually okay. I like that. That's the only one.
That's the only one. Consensus tight end 1. Okay.
Obvious.
This is where I want to talk.
Well, I mean, my tight end 2's here, so.
My tight end 3's here.
I don't think it's.
And my tight end 5.
My tight end 2 and 4 are here.
Trey McBride, consensus tight end 1. We believe that.
Yeah.
Followed by Jelani Woods and Greg Dulcich. Greg Dulcich is my tight end 3.
Jelani Woods is tight end 2, baby. It's gonna be so good.
For me, people hate me for this, but I'm a big Jeremy Rucker guy.
Jeremy Rucker.
Shut up. Jeremy Rucker has a second round grade for me.
Yes, great. Number 2 tight end on the team.
He's gonna be good.
He's gonna be a number 2 tight end. Jelani Woods can be a number 1 tight end. Trey McBride can be a number 1 tight end. Greg Dulcich can be a number 1 tight end.
So can Jeremy Rucker.
No, he can't.
Why?
No.
Why?
I've already talked.
There's no reason. Give me a reason.
Because there's nowhere near enough production to be worthy of a.
That's not his fault.
How do you know he can handle a full tight end workload? That is something of a concern.
Is it?
Yes. That's a concern for all prospects. Is if they don't get a full workload, how do we know if they can handle one?
Okay, so is that a concern for Jordan Davis? Exactly.
He had a full workload.
No, he didn't. He played like 25 snaps a game.
What?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine. Play 25 snaps, but playing in the positions where he's going to play in the NFL, hence like running downs. That's exactly what he's going to use in the NFL, and then he'll go from there. People are drafting him to be a run-stopping defensive tackle. You are drafting Rucker to be a number 2 tight end. A great spot for Ruckert, I'm going to say it, Kansas City.
I could see that.
Number 2 tight end. He'll play amazing there. He'll look incredible.
But with the chance to develop as a tight end 1.
I mean, yeah, chance.
But
Slim.
he's going to be a really good security blanket for somebody. But we're getting carried away. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Play Action Podcast presented by Warrior Student Media. We'll be back later this week with one more episode, and the next week is draft week. So we're ready for that.
Yeah, we'll probably go through a mock draft, and then we'll probably,
So for TJ Hawes, I'm Brandon Smith. Have a great day.